stick in their crawl. We see it a lot when we were on land where they'd lose a map or two and they'd lose their momentum, and then you could feel that loss kind of weighing down on them. It's good to hear that they're able to flush them out. That's a big sign of maturity for a team that's trying to win a championship. Remember, both of these teams still trying to bring home their first chip. Both of these teams trying to bring home the first chip for a region that ain't never seen one. And they've got to start that off here on Regency. Between one another, 1v1 breaking out quickly. Fearzly trying to challenge up against Raver. Good little shot there at the cubby corner. Raver just tagged up a little bit, but not enough to really make him worry about his life. Dezonide, though, big kill there on Dyslexic outside. Pittsburgh Knights. They've got the initial Rose Garden points, and it looks like they're holding court over this M-Bar for quite some time.
Yeah, 1v1 up top, 1v1 in the middle, being won by Fire and Ice, but will they win the 1v1 for the power weapon at the M-Bar? They will not. They get taken out quickly. Fire and Ice, they will rotate down low. All three players spawned up, Rose Guarding in their control, but they have to deal with this M-Bar momentarily. The nades in the hand of Toti. We'll see what he can do with them. Now, the Knights, as they rotate from Fountain, from Info to Fountain, down to Rose Garden, they have to dodge these M-Bar shots. So far, so good. They're able to pick up two, but Toti with the nades in hand, how many can he hold back? He can't take one to the grave, and he can't save his own life.
No, he can't save his own life right now. Here comes the M-Bar shots ringing out. Raver's going to go inside the Regency and is going to now rotate up to that next hill. They're going to try to get this close spawn and the initial point capture here. Smoke out. There's a mark there on Toti. They get him down, but he doesn't take the shot to try to finish the kill. That'll allow the teammates for Pittsburgh Knights to try to get the Lancer Fire to get these downs, to get these cleanups, but Fire and Ice with the wolf pack, just a little too good for a moment. Finally, the smoke clears. He can see clearly now that the rain is gone, and he decides to rain hell upon his opponents with that M-Bar. Beautiful job, not only standing tall at the back of the hill, but putting out those M-Bar shots, getting the kills to finish off that defensive stand. They're going to start to mount up an even greater point accumulation here. Every single second that passes is one more point in the favor of the Pittsburgh Knights.
Yeah, the Knights looking really comfortable here in this moment, Colin. But as you're going to start to see, they have to use the chain revives to get out. SuMuNs barely makes it out. He's on his last down. He's going to have to stay tucked in the corner. But the Knights, as they're trapped in the spawn, they still have control over the info hill. Fire and Ice, they move up as a unit. They find a kill. They got the next player on 8 hit list. It's going to be Dezonide. They pinch him from 2 different directions. But Dezonide almost comes out with the 1v2. The revive is there, but ultimately the Knights, they will be able to survive. But will they thrive? 22 seconds left on the hill. Monkyz still in the area. He's looking to mush in and get a kill. He will be able to. Now, Colin, when we saw the head-to-head earlier between Toti and Monkyz, I was so surprised by the damage output from Monkyz, but ultimately his KDA looked normal from what we've seen in the past, but I want to see Monkyz in that 20k damage per map.
Well, I also think that Monkyz suffers a little bit from what we see some of the other 1v1 specialists suffer from. We see Monkyz on Harbor have to be that stern player in the first half. He has to take a bunch of 1vs. So for a while, especially if rounds get stalemated on certain maps or certain fights get stalemated out. I mean, look right here. Monkyz is now playing spawn guy. He is literally going to stand back there and make sure that they keep the close spawn. They're not going to be able to press forward. Fire and Ice is going to continue to spawn out because they're just going to try to get any initial kills here. Any kill they get on Fire and Ice forces them to spawn out across the map. Monkyz is finally going to come down the stairwell to try to enter the fray. Every kill is a big kill right now because look at the wolf pack from Fire and Ice. All 4 players inside of the hill. All 4 players on 2 separate covers. But there it is, the close spawn coming through for the Pittsburgh Knights. They're going to start having the angles here. This is too hard to hold on to for Fire and Ice.
It truly is. But Monkyz finds a kill as well as Xploidz. In the moment, it's advantage for PK. Toti falls in. When it comes down to gold, the Knights will be able to hold. Look at the spread from the mini-map. They got an M-Bar spawning in 40 seconds. Maybe rotated too quickly towards that M-Bar, but they're feeling comfortable. It was 40 seconds on M-Bar and 40 seconds in the hill as well, but the Knights had the foresight to know that Fire and Ice may not contest this hill once again, and they were able to put themselves in position as well as maximize off the 40 seconds that was left after that team fight, Colin. I think that's a great play from the Knights, but how well will it work out? The flash and behind, not going to be able to connect, but a kill taken to the grave by Raver. But can he find himself another? He's going to have help behind him. but can him and Dezo get it done? It's a 2v2 fight, trying to work their right hand. Here come Monkyz, but he's gonna have to deal with players in the spawn. PK, they gotta move in quickly. They're able to pick up a kill, but it's quickly traded out as well. 3v3, can the nades connect?
Nades out. Good job by SuMuNs. He's going to block out the right side. Nowhere to run except into the opponents with that first nade. So he ends up getting the first kill. Now shots over the cover. Big shots will get SuMuNs down. SuMuNs is going to try to crawl around. Dyslexic, he might know that the revive's coming through, so he has to be careful. He does see that it comes through, but Fearzly, good angle there on the 90 degree. Not going to be enough shots, though, to save his teammate. Good little wrap shot by SuMuNs and the M-bar now into his hands. And I'm going to go ahead and say it, Blaze. An energetic SuMuNs is probably the most dangerous man on the planet. If you can get his blood pumping, if you can get his blood boiling and he gets into a flow, he goes back to that same style of play that he was in Gears 4 where he was damn near unkillable. I mean, he just posted the other day that he's 163-0 since he started his campaign, I think, on singles on YouTube. So he is just feeling the flow right now, and he's going to be unstoppable in certain situations, and he's definitely going to start taking skulls.
SuMuNs trying to come alive here, and you called it perfectly, Colin. He is not playing around this tournament, and you know, for years SuMuNs has always been, you know, a perfect teammate. He plays his positions without any issues, and he always finds a way to push the limits of the 1v1 position. But at the end of the day, SuMuNs can take over. He could be a front spawn. He could be inside every team fight if he wants to be. He has done it all in Gears Esports. But in this tournament, what can he get done for his team to possibly even get the Knights their first chip? Well, so far, if he keeps playing like this and he builds on this throughout the weekend, the Knights will be looking damn good. But with 3 active shots in the M-bar, SuMuNs moves up. Gonna have a target in front. Can't connect. May wait for the next active reload for the next 3 shots, and he will do just that. But he's gonna have to wait for now. But we move on over towards the 1v1. Those players, they're gonna have to take their time. The Knights looking to move in. Great shot grenade to cut off Dezonide, but SuMuNs connects with 1 or 2. Can't get the 3rd, but the Knights, is the damage done? He needs to move in and get these kills now.
Yeah, they're going to have to start creeping in to try to get some of these kills. Big back A out there onto Toti. They're going to get those 2 kills as well. Dyslexic and Toti both killed down and off of the map right now. Xploidz is sitting at the bottom of the stairwell. Maybe just momentarily catching his breath, because that's got to be a big blow to the body if you see both of those guys get taken out. Fearzly is going to pick up those M-bar shots to be able to use on a possible retake, but look at the way that this has gone. Only 72 points for Fire and Ice. Up over 200 here in the next 15 to 20 seconds for Pittsburgh Knights. So this is where the retakes that come in. First frag is picture perfect. Second one banked off the cubby corner. He tried to hit a little Timmy D shot, kiss it off the glass. All it did was put him down, crawling around on all 4s for somebody else to come up and clean up. That's an aisle 5 janitorial job, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely got put on his ass right there by his own nade. But when it comes down to the rotations of the Knights, they will survive the Fountains fight. Now they get a player towards back couches. The kill cleaned up as well. With Raver having 4 shots of the M-bar, the Knights are sitting comfortably. And you think about these last few rotations in which they had, it's been looking good for the Knights, Colin. And I'm loving the setup in which they have at couches currently. Fire and Ice, they have not been able to get a grasp on this map just yet. They need to turn up the heat. We'll see if they can make it towards the back spawns, but Raver is going to shut down Xploidz, and Fire and Ice knows that things are getting difficult, and Raver is going to find Dyslexic. 2 more shots left in the clip. Only 1 loaded. Oh, what a save from Xploidz.
Big save there, and again, this is where Pittsburgh Knights, they're taking over defensively. They've set up in the hill already. Raver takes a couple of shots there toward the back. Xploidz flies at Raver over the top of that windowsill, gets the down. Now Dezo realizes that there's a secondary fight happening elsewhere in that same hill area. This might be a map, this might be a round where you just say, you know, 30 seconds left on it. Let's just back off. There ain't no reason to keep fighting over this, and maybe set up and get these new power weapons.
And when it comes down to it, we are going to have a heal reset. New M-bar spawns in 8. Nades are already up on the map. They just got acquired about 12 seconds ago. We'll see who has those in hands. I do believe it may be SuMuNs from the Knights. Raver, he's going to get the M-bar in hand. We'll see what he can do with that. We're going to be moving over towards our P1, entering our second rotations of heals, and Fire and Ice, they will have control for now, but PK, they're hunting.
1 kill or 1 down, really, for Pittsburgh Knights. There's the bleed out. SuMuNs putting in a lot of damage here, forcing those players to play up against him. Throws 1 nade, doesn't get any damage with it either. But you see the angles. Pittsburgh Knights are starting to entrap now. They are closing in from both sides. 1 player left alive, but a big team kill from Raver onto Dezonide. Might have been a little bit of a thorn in their side, but it doesn't matter because SuMuNs and in the middle of the map, Monkyz clean up all of the rest of this mess. They get the hill. They're going to continue to start mounting up these points. Raver helps out with a little body shot. It was a headshot, really, but only needed the body shot there to help finish off that kill. Monkyz gets the call out. There's one in the middle of the map, and this is one of the things that I have not seen happen to Fire and Ice in some time. Is they got split up, and they've been off kilter pretty much since RIP. Yeah, most teams let them wolf pack around, and Fire and Ice right now, I mean, they're pretty much off on islands by themselves.
Off the initial, if you ask me. But Raver, he gets back into the fight, needs one more shot for the down. He's going to play it from the right. The kill cleanup is there. SuMuNs traded with Fearzly, and just 10 more seconds needed, and 1 M-bar shot loaded. Raver says, you will not pass. He gets the body shot on Toti, but ultimately, F&I, they will be talking about the next map.
They better start talking about it sooner rather than later because they're going to have to figure out what they're going to do going into this execution. Mind you, both of these teams, extraordinarily tough execution teams. So while you lose this control, and I mean, you lose it handily. Look, 13-4 for kills, the deaths for Raver. Man was a menace on the map, 12-5 over there from Monkyz. But look at that. That's another thing that Pittsburgh probably suffers from. With how up and down they've been, when Pittsburgh has been on, they're only going to get about 15k damage because it ain't that close of a game. They just gonna absolutely boulder roll you. And then, of course, when they've had their losses in control, their damage is going to be lower than that 15k because they've been losing those matches in pretty succinct ways. So I think that's why we don't see Monkyz up there in the 20k damage range. We know that he's capable of it, but we also know that when you put him in this situation, I guarantee you this would be a good idea. You'll see those crazy damage numbers in more like wagers. If you see these teams kind of jumbled up and they weren't playing with their standard chemistry style teams, you'll see higher damage numbers. But the way that these teams are able to play with one another, ooh, baby, you better watch out.
And at the end of the day, ultimately, folks, it's going to be a team effort. So, you know, before we got damage numbers implemented, I just always felt like Monkyz was going to be up there, right? But, you know, he's always in the right place at the right time, and his KDA has always, his KDA has always quantified that ultimately at the end of the day, because he's always there to help the teammate, always has a shot in the fight. But regardless, he will be there when you need him to be, as he was in this matchup. PK, they make an example, they set they make a statement here to Fire and Ice, and they take map number 1. So we head on over towards the execution, where I think that PK has really proven that this is their better of the 3 game modes, and they've shown that throughout the Pro League. Would you say so?
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think one of the things that Pittsburgh did early on is as they suffered some pretty heavy losses when execution first got reintroduced, not only into the game, but the cycle, they took some pretty heavy losses, especially to teams like E United. And what I saw out of Pittsburgh, instead of them kind of, I would say, tucking their tail and going to escalation and control and being like, these are the game modes we got to win. We've got a lot of quick players. We got a lot of fancy players. Let's win the respawn. They kind of buckled down and got better at execution, got better at a round-to-round initial basis, which is what has also helped benefit them in the other 2 game types. They focused heavily on their initials, which made their execution better because, you know, execution has a lot to do with your initial, which then made their escalation better, which then made their control better, which is what makes them such a scary team if they get to that upper echelon.
Books, but we're loading into map number 2, and this is going to tell us all a lot about this series. Yeah, F&I got off to a slow start in map 1, but things can turn around here. Dezonide is going to be the star player for the Knights versus Xploidz on Fire and Ice, and first blood goes towards Xploidz. 2 kills come in for Fire and Ice, make it 3, and now this is up to Monkyz to, you know, have to, you know, show us some monkey business here, but I don't think Fire and Ice is about that.
And they weren't trying to deal with any monkey business in that round number 1 whatsoever. And that's, again, those are the things that Fire and Ice, they are consistently good at, which has been their execution. They've stepped up in that. My God, who already had over a K damage for Fire and Ice? Hold up.
My God, it's Fearzly.
Hold up. My man.
The point blanks on him for that.
I think we gotta go with Fearzly. If he's gonna have 1.4, you gotta have the camera on him. See how he does the second round. I love that flash grenade. That's a beautiful flash. It's early, but it's almost like an insurance policy. If Pittsburgh Knights somehow beat you there, the flash is waiting for them. There is 3 quick kills. The 4th is going to be SuMuNs because he's going to be in a 4v1, and now they know he picked up Torpo. So let's see if they just cross him out, put him down. They do exactly that. Beautiful first 2 rounds from Fire and Ice. This is what I'm worried about, though. Coming into rounds 3 and 4, who makes the adjustment? Who does better going into these later rounds of this first half of the map?
Yeah, man, I gotta look at that flash from Fearzly again. That may have been designed for the second player coming up on that mid bridge, or anyone who decided to chase up for him to be able to get in and contest his guy, because ultimately he will be the second one in the fight. If Xploidz messes up, that's where Fearzly comes into play and has to take over that mid bridge. So he's looking out for himself as well with that flash grenade. Love the thought process, but nobody comes up top. Xploidz gets the frag grenades, but with 2 players on the run, it's deep, but SuMuNs will live. Ultimately, the torque bow picked up. 1 nades in the hand of Fire and Ice. We need to see what can the Knights do, having 5 torque bows in their back pocket with everyone left alive.
So with a 4v4 situation here, Dezo with the torque in hand. They have gone for the readjustment. I thought that somebody would have to do it. I thought it might be whoever didn't have the momentum after the first 2 rounds. And so far, I'm not going to say that I'm batting 1,000, but my God, I've hit 2 dingers out of the park on both of those assumptions. And Pittsburgh Knights, they got to find a quick pick here on one of these players. Quick first shot on. Dezo goes for a reaction shot, hip shot for some reason. Not sure why he's going to try to get fancy dancy when they're already down 2-0 and they're losing lives quicker than you can blink an eye. It is 2v3, and Fire and Ice have complete control over the middle bridge. Raver and SuMuNs are going to have to make a miracle happen if they want to fight back into this instance now, Blaze, because, I mean, I love this positioning. If Fearzly rotates down here into the sandbag, this bottom bridge area, he'll see anybody coming off this front side, and they're so close to one another that they're going to be able to rotate quickly and take care of business. If they go through back connector, they're going to get shot from 2 different sides, and that ain't good.
It ain't good whatsoever, but between Xploidz and Fearzly, they got most of this map covered from their 2 positions. I'm more scared of player number 3 just being out the mix here. So far on the opposite side of the map, Toti knows he needs to move in. He gets the call-outs that he does. The heals on mid-bridge, so ultimately his position was great. The shot grenade gets the double down, and Fire and Ice, they'll go up 3-0 in this map number 2. Halfway to getting this one tied up 1-1. The Knights, man, they need to have a little bit more success here towards this mid-bridge. We'll see if Dezonide wants to commit again, but so far, man, Fire and Ice has been doing great.
I'd like to see Pittsburgh Knights do what I've only seen a few teams do. Rise has done it a couple of times. Vanquish has done it a couple of times. They invest 4 flashes at that middle bridge. Just dominate it around it to make Fire and Ice think twice about coming there. SuMuNs is actually going to throw a smoke to try to cloud up the judgment of these players from Fire and Ice, and now they play the bottom side of the map. Toti goes down on the opposite side. They're going to try to push out the kill. Good first ice-breaking kill there. Now they've got the pinch on the last 3 players. 1 down. Monkyz, all he has to do is play back here. Any kills Monkyz gets in that situation basically is a nail in the coffin, because you've got a 2v1. You got to bully him out quicker than he can get either one of you. They don't do it. That's the first round for the Pittsburgh Knights.
Good job to Raver playing man-on-man, because he has the most damage for his team. You know, a -2, but those 3 assists are super important because he focused Toti in the back lines there. And this is after Xploidz. He couldn't get up mid-bridge. He got stunned. He realized that the timing didn't work out. He retreated. If Toti is not getting lancered, if nobody has a lancer over his head, then it goes really bad for the Knights that round. But Raver stayed composed, played his position perfectly. But now Xploidz, he gets on mid-bridge this round. Fearzly plays his position well, as he was the follow-up fragger, able to get in, get 2. Actually, you know what? Give him a 3rd, too, as well.
Another kill, little headshot with a snub there on the ground, finishing him off. That's going to be a 4-1. Fire and Ice, to me, they are just scary different right now on Canals. This is almost like a warning shot to other teams. If I'm them, I'm watching this footage, I'm seeing how they play and how quick they are to the punch there at that mid-bridge market area. And you've got to find a way to counteract that. The only way that Pittsburgh's been able to do it is they get it down onto Toti with the smoke and a smoke grenade. So they're shooting through the smoke onto Toti and get it down, take him out of the fight. then they pinch out the last 3 players. Right now, you've got to come up with a big-time answer because Xploidz keeps getting unstunned and Fearzly keeps coming up basically free of charge. Thankfully, they missed all their shots, though, so Pittsburgh Knights actually had a chance to answer back because you knew damn well they didn't come out of that stun first.
Nah, you knew damn well they definitely didn't, okay? The Knights, they will be able to get their 3rd kill in this round, and it's just going to be Toti left standing. He's going to be in a 3v1, and he's going to need a miracle to get out, but those nades is not going to make it easier for him. Now, when we go into this next round, I'm not trying to, put our observer on the spot or nothing, but I would love to get an overhead shot at the mid-bridge off the start before those nades hit. Maybe tomorrow, but, I just want to kind of see who nades hit first, who connects.
We need that what is it called, the QB cam on NFL, where they have that camera on a string right across the middle of the map,
right? And it just flies over the center, and we get to see those nades come in.
That'd be the shot right there, baby. That's the money shot right there.
He thought about it though. He went from follow cam and he was like, do I pan out to ghost? It won't work, but I see our observer thinking back there. But off the mid bridge, Fearzly gets first blood, traded out there by PK. 2v2. Fearzly, he stays in cover. Here comes Toti with the help. Monkyz, he is at the backside of mid-bridge by himself, but he's trying to put out as much damage for Raver. F&I is about to take a 2v1, but the question is where? Which side do they want to go first?
There's no utilities in any player's hands, and now the frags are picked up by Fire and Ice. Fearzly's going to throw a deep frag grenade. Oh, Monkyz might...
He baited both.
Yo.
That worked.
Oh, God, that was almost like vomit-inducing because I was like, oh, God, he's going to go down. He's going to go down trying to run away.
Now, you know what? Monkyz harassing Toti right there and forcing him to throw that nade was smart because if he doesn't do that, Toti most definitely will reset that fight, knowing that, Monkyz, he'll reset that fight. He resets it with a nade. PK is not in a good position, but instead, no one has any utility yet. F&I, if they push Monkyz high side, they have to run into a Lancer, and he has that pre-fire ready. If they go down low for the kill, Monkyz, he takes 2 steps, and he's Lancering for Raver. So he actually has the power position, and he's communicating to Raver that, Tranquilo, we got this under control. This is our round to win. And I love Monkyz' last-second rotation, knowing these players are trapped up on the mid-bridge, but does that mean the heal is going to go under? Raver now has the power position. He may get focused here for a second, but the neutral heal is in Monkyz' spot. With a bow in hand, he has completely outplayed Fire and Ice on his own, if you ask me. But here comes Fearzly. He's taking a lot of damage, but he gets the kill. Monkyz gets the torque bow. One left. It goes on the ground. The shot he's out, but he doesn't win the round.
My man. He can clang them things against the ground with the kind of sand it took to get up in that hill and take that fight.
That would have been a kill.
Look at the just. My man has got sand. He's got grit. He said, I'm gonna hang on to this cover, and if it kills me, it kills me. But if it don't kill me, guess what, man? You about to get hit with this whole spread.
He had one play, and he made it, okay? Good job to Fearzly. Xploidz gets a beautiful stun to the point where he doesn't even go all the way up. He just goes back down into the fight, stays close to his teammates. The pinch comes in from up top, but Monkyz, he can't make it in time. Two-point blanks, but in the end, nothing comes from it but a loss because Fire and Ice, they will take map number 2 in a 6-2 fashion, and we are all tied up in our series 1-1. Fearzly, you definitely put on that bag and it's kind of heavy. I'm gonna give you a break, folks. When we come back, we're heading into our escalation map to see who can come out on top of the series and take the lead. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Gear Summer Major. We are locked into our last series of the day, and it's a battle for Latin America. Who's gonna come out on top? Pittsburgh Knights versus Fire Knights. We're all tied up 1-1. And so far, going between the control and the execution, neither one of these squads, well, they have not disappointed us. But as we head on over towards this escalation, Colin, one of these 2 squads gotta come out on top. Who are you leaning for?
I mean, right now, it's anybody's guess and anybody's ball game. I want to lean toward Pittsburgh Knights, they have played very well up to this point in the tournament. They have proven time and time again that they have what it takes to make it to a grand finals. We go into Escalation, though, and this is the big worry. It's not classic Escalation where it was 5v5 and Pittsburgh could really take advantage of a lot of the chaos that was created in 5v5. It is not life-oriented where a lot of the big plays that Fire and Ice tries to get away with, sometimes that blow up in their face, come back to haunt them, and they lose an extra life or two. It is 4v4. It is one map. It is on Vasgar, and it is against a team that last time we played a full tournament of Escalation came in second. That is my big concern. That's my big worry. Fire and Ice has definitive momentum on their side.
In their heads over and over and over, folks, okay? Well, I tell you one thing, Fire and Ice and Pittsburgh Knights, they're done playing with our hearts, and we're back into the series, and it's a fresh start back in P1, and Xploidz is going to have a similar start as he did in the first time we launched this map.
Frag is going to be thrown out. Dezo actually kills his teammate. Once again, I said that Toti, well, I even called it out. I love the fact that Toti plays Islander Ty, and it was in the same hill. He was standing at the same spot. My man's was ready. I mean, that was just run it back status. Fearzly with a drop shot gets a double kill. That'll shut down any retake. And this first P1 right here could get that much uglier for the Pittsburgh Knights. Fire and Ice dominating the defensive stand here at this first hill, and Dyslexic, he might get squished here. He has to try to rotate out here momentarily. I think if I am Fire and Ice, though, play one more set of defensives here and try to get one more kill, hold this hill as long as you can, which buys you some time before you push into that P2.
A way better start here on the side of F&I. And they got off to a good start the first time we started this map, but this time around, PK, they don't contest that hill a second time, and they're not fighting at the well for those spawns. Instead, they just rotated early, got set up, and F&I was able to get this positioning on the map. And as both these squads are getting geared up for this team fight, we'll see who can get into the better position. Player 7 and 1, they're going to have angles on the far side of the map, but as we look at F&I, they're going to try to rotate around here towards his back corner, but PK with a right-hand advantage and a lot of aggression. They're going to force Fire and Ice back into the open, into the crosshairs of Monkyz, but F&I knows that they have to get into these close-quarter battles, and in those close-quarter battles, they find 2 kills. They assess where the third is. Oh, but does he going to get the second? He misses the shot, but he doesn't miss that one. He does not miss that one. That's going to be 2 kills coming through for Raver. And now the Knights can collect off this time and possibly even get themselves a lead.
That was a great little retake and defensive stand there by Pittsburgh Knights. They start to die. They pull out of the hill to allow them to come into the hill. And then they push right back in and take care of business. And that's what you need to see them be able to do. Drop is up. They need to be worried about that. Xploidz gets in his hands now. See if they can come away with any of the kills. Toti's going to go down to the middle of the map. This little rotation of this next hill with this power weapon is going to be hell's half acre to traverse.
So far, though, with those 2 downs coming in quickly, PK will be able to shift over and put themselves in a better position to contest this hill over Fire and Ice. I still think they got one nade to work with as well. It's in the hands of Dezonide. There's the nade in which I was talking about. SuMuNs needs to be careful, but that's a nice nade from Dezo to force Fearzly out into the open. The drop shot is forced, comes up short, but he tried to get anything with it because he knew he was getting flinged. He knew he was getting pinched by Monkyz. In the end, PK, with multiple kills coming through, they will get set up. But they gave up these stairs, and Fire and Ice, honestly, the way that they moved in, they just trapped PK in the back corner.
Now they get the down there onto Toti. Good job pushing into the hill. They need to find him in the smoke so they can start getting some of these points. There we go. There's the meat shield. They pick up the meat shield. They're going to start to get some of these points. They will catch up here. And with 60 points on this hill, this isn't just a get the lead and rotate toward next. You might want to stay here for a hot minute. Try to gather up a bunch of these points, and now SuMuNs is going to play Ring Around the Rosie with his opponents. I love the extra snub fire. Raver comes in and basically saves SuMuNs in this 2v1 because of the angle, because of the snub fire, gets the down, helps them get the kills, and now Monkyz is going to be all by himself trying to fend off the front side of the hill. But there's Raver again to the rescue, trying to get the angle, trying to get the shots and the downs, will help at least get the kill on the Toti. Xploidz all by himself behind back pillar, not going to be able to get either of those shots to land. He'll go down. They're going to hold on to the last few moments of this hill. before having to rotate across the map, drop up in 10 seconds.
And nades are going to be up now. We'll see a battle over there towards those nades. The Knights kind of got control. Fearzly was trying to be sneaky, but he gets taken out. Now, the drop in this neutral hill will be towards the center, but PK not able to get enough Lancers focus that direction. And, you know, I see players 6 and 8 here on the stairs. I don't know why they wasn't able to get that down, but it will be Xploidz getting away with that drop shot. But, oh, because he's tucked in that corner right there. You know, nobody can really kind of, I guess, get shot there, even with PK having those angles, but they find a way to get the kills. They get mobile, they get creative. They're forcing Fire and Ice back, but we'll see how far Fire and Ice moves back as they found themselves a 2v2 fight at entrance door, where Dyslexic will be able to find 2 kills. Now, F&I can move up and take the 4v2. Now, a 4v1.
And now you see they're going to be on this hill pretty solidified, but they've got 40 points to go to get back into this situation here. And here comes the flights of the Concords and the Knights, because they're going to try to push into this top side to get this angle to be able to shoot down onto their opponents. But look at the way that they are playing this. It's a delay game. Really, they are forcing them to make bad decisions because this is just taking so long that now they're going to be able to get almost within 10 points of the lead just by playing defense at the top church.
And you know, with that defense being as strong as it is, PK, they're trying multiple ways to get Dyslexic off this position, but when he's hitting shots like that, able to pick up the meat shield, hold his spot, get some help, they get the next kill, and now they're gonna move on over here towards the well. They find a kill on SuMuNs, and now they get a chance to clear out this spawn. If possible, PK will get the close spawns for now, but I don't think Fire and Ice is too upset about that.
Not upset at all. Pushing into this next hill, 70 seconds to go. PK is going to have at least 2 people to the left. They need to push up through the front as well. And what you'll see is... Oh, what a pistol by Xploidz. He even gets help over the top. There's a long-range flash to stop the extra revive coming out. Toti goes down, drop in. There's the double. That'll shut this retake down quick, fast, and in a hurry. And a 3rd kill comes out. New drop getting picked momentarily by, I believe, Dezonide. But he gets called out, and he goes down.
Yeah, he had to shoot the drop there. Could not die with it on his back. Tried to at least take 1 to the grave. It was a long-range shot, but couldn't come through. In the end, Fire and Ice, man, after cleaning up these kills, in 25 points of time left on this hill, they will eclipse past that 200-point mark if they stay for the entirety of it. But now they got to ask themselves, when do we want to rotate to next to get to Library? They're starting to lose players left and right, and they will get themselves a long spawn. But my question is, when are the nades coming up next? Because I think a few players are going to be playing for them. Actually, they got picked up not too long ago. They're going to be in the hands of Raver. Okay.
I love the way that Raver, well, I say I love it. He gets the kill there on the Monkyz to reset it, but then he's alive for a hot second. I think he's trying to reset the respawn of Raver to try to give him a chance to get back into the fight quicker. Fearzly here at the back safety rail. He's going to have a teammate with him, and they're going to get some shots on. Toti's going to get back into the hill, pick up the extra Lancer, so he's going to have all the ammo in the world, and Fire and Ice might actually clip that 200-point marker right here, right now. They just need to be able to stay here, and they actually are going to get a bunch of these points. This could get them easily to 220, 230, even 250 if they were to hold every single second of it. I almost feel like that's the play right here.
Throwing flash grenade.
Got to be a big play for Fire and Ice. And, you know, they just need to stay as turtled as they currently are. Oh, my God. A quick play tried to be made from Fearzly. 3 downs. It's 3 downs. Monkyz, the last one standing. But Fire and Ice doesn't care because they know that they have the advantage. The angles coming out from them, the Lancer fire, super strong. They get themselves a drop shot. And they can take the drop shot towards the nades as well. If not, they can use the nades current respawn to be able to bait out some few kills. And what the hell?
Dezo went for the backslide to try to get to fakey the first shot so that he just eats the first one and then is able to push back up. But the way that they had the drop, they could push up in here. That kill just made this retake that much easier.
It really did. That was the Toti saw that play coming from a mile away. But 3 kills coming out here for PK. Even though it looked good for Fire and Ice in that transition, they were able to stop the nade pickup for a second. They had the drop shot there. but ultimately they wasn't able to win that fight. But their spawn, they get a close one. But now they got to make their way up these stairs, and that's not going to be easy. PK, they got a few nades to utilize. 2 flashes, maybe a flash and a smoke. Raver holding in his angle. He needs to watch the front door. He's going to have some help to his right. A down comes through. 2 kills for PK. But Fire Nice will find some towards the inside as well. But now it's up to Dyslexic in a 1v3. Can't save his teammate, and he can't save himself.
Cannot indeed. In Pittsburgh Knights, they will hold on to the majority of this Sanctuary Hill. 45 seconds to go until the next drop shot. Fire Nice, they're going to set up over this next hill. I like that play call out of them. Every second is an important one, and every second will make this a little bit more of a pressing matter to the Pittsburgh Knights, meaning they'll have to push in a little bit faster. They're going to have to put themselves maybe into some bad situations a little bit quicker. First back A out onto SuMuNs. He gets the help over the top, though. Double down in the middle of the map. Somebody for Pittsburgh is going to be there. I love that. Take the shot real quick as you hit the X button. Get the kill on Dyslexic while you pick the teammate up. Fire Nice, they're spread pretty thin right now across the bottom side of the map. Raver pushes in first. He's going to get angled out here by Fearzly. Fearzly on the back of the truck. Has to worry about his teammates. 2 players in the area. Toti tries to run up. Doesn't get the kill on either. Only gets yet another down. And just like that, Pittsburgh Knights have another fantastic retake and setup. Now they have to play defense on this next hill. It is 250 to 166. It is a 90-point differential. They can cut it in half, even more than that or so, if they hold on to this entire hill. But Fearzly has the new drop, and that might... that might make things a little bit difficult, Blaze.
Just a little bit. Not no more, but maybe those nades. The nades in the hands of Toti. I think that still applies to pressure to PK, but Dezonide, he finds a kill. SuMuNs soaks up that shot from Fearzly. He gets taken out on a retreat, and Toti still has these nades to use, and he knows exactly where you want to toss them. Back right, maybe back left as well, or he saves this one. What? Only damage, but that's all he needed. The job is done. He saves the nade as well, and that'd be good to be able to trickle it over the top of his desk to possibly pick up these 2 kills. In the end, he's going to be the last one left alive. Toti's trying to run away. The nade does hit the floor, but the Nishio soaks up the damage. And this is another great hold from PK here at the library.
I do love how long the neutralization from Fire Nice was, though. Think about where it was a few moments ago. It was 170 or so, 180 or so, with 60 seconds on the hill. They have yet to break the 200-point marker, and they're down to 25 points or so on that hill. That's one of those situations to me where I think the best play call from Fire Nice worked out, which was we don't have to push out. We don't have to take the fight. We just have to neutralize it. We have to keep them from getting points one way or the other. And that's what they did. They did it succinctly.
Yeah, they really truly did there. And now, but even with them slowing down PK just a second, this map has just gotten closer. PK cutting that deficit 251 as we're going to be rotating over here towards Globe. PK, they're going to shift out wide. They got the spawns also. Toti taking a lot of damage from behind. Xploidz couldn't get the revive. The option is still there. Monkyz picks up the meat shield, but Monkyz takes another to the grave.
Oh my God.
2 and gets in cover.
Monkyz is the Lord and Savior of Pittsburgh this tournament. Every time I see Monkyz on the map, he is making a play happen, and he is making somebody's life a living hell. Toti, he gets sent right back there with that kill as well. Monkyz is not slowing down either. He's got some damage here onto Xploidz. He's going to continue to try to pressure up. Full red, the reload comes out, goes for the wiggle waggle, doesn't get any shot to go with the first one, tries to bounce up into him and goes for a reaction, won't be able to get it there. Pittsburgh, though, still in the hill, 20 points away from tying it up. SuMuNs steps out to try to pressure up onto Xploidz. Help comes from behind, but 2 more players from Fire Nice rotate into the hill very quickly, trying to apply the pressure, trying to make life for PK miserable. Toti, last alive on that cover, goes down around the globe. Now it's going to be up to Dyslexic. Dyslexic on the front side. He gets up aid, and 15 seconds away now. Pittsburgh Knights, they get a drop. They get the rest of this hill time. They are going to be in a position to try to... No, they don't get the drop. They must... somebody must have just used it or died with it because it's at 59 seconds. My bad. I thought I saw it at the full respawn countdown. But anyway, They are here at the Sanctuary. They get 2 more kills. This is going to be interesting because that next hill is the bottom middle that Fire and Ice dominated last time, but now PK has that top middle control. They're going to be able to Lancer down into it at any given moment.
And you see PK with the forward positioning as well, having a player pressed up on that cover, ready for any fight in which he can get. He's going to have some interesting angles. You have to hit your L triggers, and you can't really hop over, but he does anyway. He survives, and they will get the kill on Dyslexic. 20 more points needed for the Knights to win their second control and get us to our 4th map number 5 of the day. And it's looking like we may go there. Fire and Ice. They're looking like they won't make it in time, and Xploidz chooses a different direction and go as he loses a teammate. PK, they will survive this map after being down by a bunch. They found a way in the late game to fight their way back in this map number 4. Monkyz with an MVP performance, 16 kills, 9 deaths, 18 assists, almost a 20k bomb drop. The most lethal player on the map. Well, folks, we got to go to a map number 5, and we'll see who's going to be the most lethal team in this series and come out on top. We'll see right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Gears Summer Major Marathon as we're entering another map number 5 throughout the day. But this time, it's a battle of LATAM. Fire and Ice versus the Pittsburgh Knights. And man, this is one that has delivered so far in college. I gotta be honest, man, after seeing maps 2 and 3, I wasn't sure if the Knights was gonna get here to map 5.
You know what's actually really important about this matchup for both of these teams, and let's just cut through the BS, Blaze.
Yeah, cut through it.
This is for 3-0 for both of these teams, and this is to probably not have to face Rise sooner rather than later.
Ooh,
because Rise is 3-0 out of the other Swiss. They waiting.
Yeah, and if I'm PK, I don't want to go up against Rise, okay? I do not want to have to deal with them. Instead, well, think about it like this. If you win, you got to play VQ. So you pick your poison. Decide which side of the bracket you want to go on. Choose your fate. But, you know, forget doing a bracketology. Just come out here and win, right? And I think that's one thing that we have noticed over all the tournaments we've watched over the years. Is just keep it simple and hit your shots. Win your maps, win your series, and walk away with a chip. They sound, you know, simple, you know, difficult to do, but it is the simplest route to be a champion. Now, can the Knights take this series? So far, man, the controls have been close, but that 6-2 on Canals, the 5-0 on Vasgar Escalation, when it comes down to the round-based game modes, Colin, Fire and Ice, man, just absolute dominance, 11-2 across the board for them.
I mean, yeah, picture perfect for them on Canals and going into that Vasgar. Clocktower, to me, is going to be interesting because I knew Pittsburgh was a little bit more favoring of the torque bow strats on Canals. They haven't really been a front middle bridge team, and they got dominated in the front middle bridge, and it showed that they weren't necessarily a front middle bridge team. On Canals, though, both of these teams favor the long shot. They both run strats specifically to get that long shot early. They're not one of those teams that sets up around host and secondary, tries to throw flashes, and tries to get across the middle of that cover to get those first kills. They set up for those long shots. This, to me, is a picture-perfect map number 5 because both of these teams know what they want. They're the same type of fighter. They're even the same hand and everything, and they're going to try their best to come away with a win. Raver has a full flank. He gets to come right around the backside of Fire and Ice. He gets one. It's going to open things wide up for everybody else. That's another down. That's 3 dead. Xploidz, first round. They didn't take care of lane priority. They did not ensure that nobody was coming on the flank, and they pay for it with a 30-second first round loss.
Man, at this level of gameplay, folks, that can't happen round number 1. I don't know how Fire and Ice got caught slipping the way that they did, because you start off with a player in that position. He wasn't looking. So that means that F&I tried to run 4 up top and they didn't push across. But Raver wasted no time there to get the first blood for his team. And you can almost call Raver a first blood specialist at this point. We'll see if he can do it again. But Now the speed won't work out. Toti's going to have to deal with him early on. But up top, it is absolute chaos. F&I getting really aggressive. They don't have a player in host spot, but they will move a few up to the line. PK saw that opportunity, and they moved up simultaneously to get the downs and as well defend SuMuNs to keep them alive. Now Raver, he's been dealing with Toti for a while, but here comes help.
1 minute, 5 seconds. Pittsburgh Knights with a 2-0 lead over Fire and Ice. This is a complete reversal of that map to Canals execution. Fire and Ice have to come away with a little bit of a change of plans right here. I think they got to come away. They've got to figure something out. They got to find a wrinkle. They got to do something different because those first 2 rounds were terrible. Also, the reason Xploidz is highlighted is because he has no kills, but he has enough damage for at least 2 of them because every player only has 600 health.
Yeah, you've been putting out a lot of damage in this round, but not even a single down coming through. Xploidz gets to snipe off the start, but Monkyz gets first blood. There's a second, but will kills come through? Or does PK stay perfect in the round? They tried it, but you know what? As a team, the score, they're still perfect, okay? They lose a few players, but so far, what a crazy electric start from the Knights. Fire and Ice, they got to match this energy, and so far, Xploidz, he tacked on, I think, another 1,000 damage that round. He needs some help.
I mean, this is just getting ugly. This is getting out of hand quickly. Fire and Ice got to start finding an answer here sooner rather than later. Nobody from Fire and Ice, I think, is yet to put up a kill on the board. I think they might have gotten one last round. I'm not sure. Again, Raver on a full flank. He's got 4 kills.
No way.
They were waiting on him. They're waiting on him. Dyslexic was waiting. He was waiting on him. SuMuNs gets the snipe and gets out. How prophetic is this, though? Think about SuMuNs' career on Clocktower. He used to be a back pillar player way back in UE for the Goons, and now he's back there on back pillar, but this time he's got a long shot, and he's a dangerous man. He's a bad man with that scope in his hands.
Who was it? Him, Drix, Franco, and who was the 4th, man?
Detox with the New York Yankees visor.
Detox, that was a squad for the ages right there. Back in the UE's days, their last tournament going towards that Columbus Invitational where the $1 million Gears 4 circuit was announced, and we were jumping up on chairs and we were acting wild in that studio. Great times indeed. From there, we got here. And now, PK. They're going to lose their first round, and we'll see if F&I can start to pick up some momentum. Looking at the damages across the board, hey, Fearzly and Dyslexic, they have a better round, and Fire and Ice is starting to pick it up here just a bit. But we'll see what can PK do with the lead in which they have. I think they should keep that same aggression. Switch it up a little bit every round. Let Raver run wild.
Well, Raver gets called out. I think they were waiting on him again. They knew that they might get an easy kill if they let him go on a full force flank. Raver this time goes for those nades, gets fully pulled up on with the Lancer. He throws 2 nades over the top. He doesn't get either of them to connect, though, so it's 2 wasted nades, but they get the kill.
That was the most important thing. I love the setup for him. They knew Raven was going to get chased.
Oh my god! Oh no!
No! And that was a revive for another full 600.
Come on now. Come on now.
He is working his down low lane, Colin. The last time I seen a performance like this down low is when Kenny absolutely embarrassed Canals.
Oh no. Oh no.
In Gears 3. I ain't seen anything like it. Anything as dominant since. All right.
Every time something like that happens, I want to say hold up, not hold up, because I don't even. There can't be a D on that. You need to hold up.
No D's, okay? Because it's only 1 D in a play. Hold up.
You knew what I was saying, baby. We get them here to round number 6, though. Pittsburgh Knights 2 rounds away from winning a map 5 when they looked almost like they were dead in the water after 2 pretty terrible defeats on Execution and Escalation, and now they begin to fight back into this instance. Raver has to rotate down the stairs so he doesn't get damaged on or go down. I like the fact that he actually pulls one player out of the fight momentarily, allows him to pull back up. PK Dezo goes for that up A, won't be able to get it. Raver all by himself. Second round on the board for Fire and Ice. You need to continue to have answers, though. You can't trade rounds at this point in the matchup against Pittsburgh Knights, so you will lose here in this map number 5.
Yeah, they're going to have to find a way to kind of streak out and pull away with this one. Not even mad at Dezonide for that risky play he took there inside jail. He was in a moment where he just had to find a kill, and sometimes the route to that kill ain't pretty, but the best Gears of War players in the world, they know how to find kills in difficult situations. It's going to be a 4-man up top here for Fire and Ice, but a quick switch up for PK. And Fire and Ice isn't moving. They're not moving fast enough, at least. Raver on the flank. He misses the first shot. Takes 2. The back 8 connects. Monkyz finds a kill. SuMuNs gets it down. And the Knights. Oh, map point.
Oh, hit him with the hopscotch. My man. Oh, and then he killed his teammate. Come on now.
The love.
He said, man, you didn't even let me finish the run, dog. You cut me off
said,
about 3/4 of the way through.
Way, man. He tried to finish strong there. Get a perfect landing. But Raver was in his way, and you know, at the end of the day, man, Raver has been paving the way for the Knights in this map number 5. Can he pave it again? Is he gonna be able to find the play down low? Can he keep working Toti? Toti needs to slow him down, but both squads have committed to a 4 up top. Dezonide, flash in hand, waste no time. Dodges a few extra flashes. The snipe picked up, but his escape route, SuMuNs is gonna have to die for him. They both live, but you're gonna have Raver, Monkyz, they press forward. A down from Dezo, but can he take over? A quick shot miss. This round slows down. Fire and Ice, they're gonna be on their back foot, but they try to play for nades. SuMuNs, he's seen it play from a mile away. He calls it. The foresight was there. A man advantage for the Knights. The snipe is missed. I thought that was gonna hit, but that one does. A revive needs to come in. Another shot missed. Fearzly cleaned up. PK is ecstatic in this round. It's a 4v2. Surely they don't lose it, Colin.
Oh, they're going to set up here. They're going to go for a cross from down low. They're going to send Monkyz through the bottom side of the map with frag grenades. Put them at the bottom of the stair. Yeah, they know it. Fire and Ice knows what's coming. Look at that. They gave up. They waved the white flag. Pittsburgh Knights, they give up back-to-back maps in dominating fashion over to Fire and Ice. Oh, when he quit the game, he wasn't gonna let him execute him like that on main stage. He said, not taking that one. I ain't taking that one. Well, you know what you about to take? You about to take this L. My man said peace, love, and chicken grease because we just took you to task on map number 5 when we whooped that ass. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely fried. Fire and Ice there. You're gonna have to switch that one around, production, because unless you're gonna put an L next to that series, this is a PKW at the end of the night to finish off this marathon. There we go.
You know what though, Blaze? I can't blame him because I mean, you heard our analyst does. Taylor said, whenever my boys from Fire and Ice play, I'm gonna have my boys back. Ribs. I don't see a world where we get that same kind of upset happening. I don't think PK can beat him. Ryan, on the other hand, Ryan was like, I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be close. I told you. It's going to be close.
Little brother. I don't care. Like, and take it from me. I got an older brother, and I don't care how much muscle I put on. My shorter, older brother will kick me in the knee and kick my behind, okay? So PK just showed us that in this series. Fire and Ice was looking tough after map 2. They were looking tough after map number 3. They looked like they were going to close out the series. Even got a reset and a better start at map number 4. But PK says, hey, it ain't that sweet. We held the crown for the longest time for a reason. And in our last major of the season, PK, they're still looking to achieve their goal. And that's get first place at a major there for the LATAM.
And Raver, I'm unbelievably impressed with his accuracy in that map number 5. He put his team on his back in that map number 5 with how many shots he was hitting. But also, there were a couple of rounds where SuMuNs either rotated, especially in that final round. SuMuNs almost like he had a sixth sense about what was happening on the map. He said, they're going for nades. I better go down there. And he catches somebody in the middle of the pickup. So for me, I am just impressed with that map 5, with how Pittsburgh Knights played it and how good they were at playing around one another in that map 5, especially after losing maps 2 and 3, to come back together, to wash that out, and to get this victory in the final game of the night.